welcome to Play PKN, the weekly video bulletin of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I'm PKN's publisher Lindy Hewson, and this week's episode is brought to you by pneumatics and automation specialist SMC. Well, what an eventful week it has been in Australian packaging, with sustainability sharply in focus at all the events we have covered. Strong messages from our industry leaders point the way forward to a collaborative path to circularity. Starting with the Australian Institute of Packaging's 2025 and Beyond conference down in Melbourne, we saw industry leaders share their insights and exchange ideas on how to better align with the upcoming 2025 targets for sustainability. Some 280 delegates gathered to hear from 70 speakers across the 2 days. In the interesting and thought-provoking discussions, a very strong message around the need for collaboration emerged, with presenters and delegates of one mind that innovation and infrastructure development required calls for a united industry effort across the value chain. PKN took our pop-up podcast studio to the conference, where we interviewed speakers and delegates on key takeouts from the discussions, and you can find these on our website or on our YouTube channel. A highlight of the 2-day event was the gala dinner attended by 350 people for the Packaging Innovation and Design Awards presentation, which saw a slew of gold, silver and bronze awards given out in recognition of innovation excellence and professional contribution. The full report can be found on our website with details of all the winners. There are too many to name here, unfortunately, but this itself speaks of the breadth and depth of expertise in our region. However, we will congratulate Michael Dosser of Result Group for being named Industry Professional of the Year, and Lars Leung of Planet Protector Packaging, who was named Young Packaging Professional of the Year. And then congratulations also to Nerida Kelton for her induction as Fellow of the Australian Institute of Packaging, and Keith Chessel for winning the AIP's Founders Award. Now, one of the keynote speakers at the conference, Australian Packaging Covenant Organisation CEO Chris Foley, also spoke this week on the hot-button topic of plastic packaging and recycling, addressing members of the Australian Packaging and Processing Machinery Association, that's APPMA, at a dinner. Foley outlined some stark realities on the state of play in plastics and told APPMA members they need to engage with government and get themselves involved in what he said was a once-in-a-25-year opportunity to help shape packaging policy going forward, or risk being left behind. Then, in a follow-up to the recent Red Cycle saga, which of course was covered in discussions at both events just mentioned, the ACCC has proposed to give major supermarkets a further 12 months to manage the stockpile of soft plastics and resume in-store collections. A public consultation process will begin soon, the Commission said. ACCC Deputy Chair Mick Keogh said Red Cycle's liquidation provoked a lot of community concern, and the proposed authorisation would give the supermarkets time to develop and implement a solution for the current stockpile and future soft plastics recycling. On the subject of supermarkets, Woolworths Group has won the coveted Gold Award at the 34th Banksia National Sustainability Awards, Australia's longest-running sustainability awards program. One example of the company's sustainability efforts includes the introduction of its reduced plastic meat trays, which since 2018 has helped the supermarket giant remove 10,000 tonnes of virgin plastics from its own brand packaging. Now, speaking of cutting back on virgin plastic, garden care company Yates has partnered with flexible pouch manufacturer OF Packaging to develop a monopolymer RPE stand-up pouch with 60% recycled content, combining post-industrial recycled waste and post-consumer recycled waste. Then, in some global material news, Amcor has entered into joint research agreement with Canadian innovator Nfinite nanotechnology, which aims to leverage nanotechnology for barriers in recyclable and compostable packaging. In the proof of concept phase of the project, Nfinite's coating technology will be applied to Amcor's existing recyclable and compostable packaging material, with the aim to deliver an oxygen barrier to improve performance. The next stage of development will be to optimize products to Amcor's manufacturing processes and to analyze additional substrates such as bio-based materials to create more sustainable applications. Lastly, in some news from SMC, Wayne Driver, who is the Managing Director of SMC Australia and New Zealand, has announced his retirement as of April, citing health and personal reasons. The decision marks the end of his 33-year tenure with the company, during which time he has significantly contributed to the company's growth and success. Looking forward, Simon MacDonald, SMC ANZ's current CFO and a board director, will take up the role of acting managing director. Well, folks, that is all we have time for this week. As ever, thanks for watching. For more on these and other stories, do head to our website, packagingnews.com.au, where you can also subscribe to our weekly e-news.